Hello everybody, welcome to HIX and welcome to the Hypnos stand. For the next sort of 30 minutes, we're going to have a fast-paced chat about David's experience in the hospitality sector and how that knowledge really informs the Hypnos brand. So please do come over and enjoy the conversation. So David Baldry, Managing Director of Hypnos, welcome.
Thank you, Alice. This is going to be fun.
Certainly is. Some challenging questions this lunchtime.
Keep them coming.
Okay. Now, David, I know that you have spent a lot of time in hotels. I've got a lot of experience in staying in them. From those nights in hotels, what really works and what doesn't?
I think the main thing at staying in a hotel is you are picking a place to rest at the end of a day. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter whether you're on holiday, traveling with friends, family, traveling on your own. It's a place, it's a sanctuary that you need at the end of the day to rest and refresh for the following day. So the most important factors come down to the really simple things. Mm-hmm. It needs a great bed, great chair to sit in, mm-hmm. and an amazing shower. Cleanliness should just be there anyway. Yeah. So I hate it when people say a hotel should be clean. It just should be. Yeah. So those things, and then when you get in there, it needs to be decored in a way that makes you feel like you're at home. It wants to be inspirational but restful, which I do realise is sometimes quite a challenge because you can have loads of bright colours in there. No. We want something that's going to calm us down, have the end of the day, but also can get you ready for that night out that you might be moving on to. Yeah. And it should be designed in a way where you can get ready in either 2 minutes or spend 2 hours getting ready. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you get 2 minutes, and most of my life is 2 minutes. Fortunately, my hair doesn't take very long to do. But that room setting, you need to be able to walk in, clearly identify, that's where I'm going to rest, that's where I'm going to read, that's where I'm going to clean and get ready. Go.
And the room is obviously really important in any hospitality setting. So what role does F&B play?
That comes down to the other thing you need in life. We need rest, but we also need food, and we need rest and somewhere to do it. So there's a couple of things that come from F&B. One, it should be a place where if you want to sit down in a corner, have a nice drink on your own, read the paper, whatever, that needs to be there. But food, whatever setting, whether that's there or you're having a group and a party and you're entertaining or doing a meal or you're just refreshing after a day, it should be fresh, healthy, bringing something to the table. And ideally, it's another way where you can inspire people. A great meal at the end of a day will make you feel better, you'll sleep better. And food and beverages is a critical part because what you are buying is a place to rest and recharge. And from that, if you can look after all of those key elements from resting and feeding and refueling for the following day, it should be done locally. Try and have something that's really good. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't need to be Michelin star every time, but it does need to be cooked with heart and soul, which comes back to my previous point, people. Yeah. Give food some flavour, some form, give the wine the way you serve it. Little things will make a massive difference. It doesn't have to be complex. So
best F&B hotel experience, what would it be?
Oh, I'm probably slightly biased on that one. I think it varies by country, and there's so many places in the world. And this is almost like saying, can you pick your favourite sibling?
Child.
Child. But the reality is, I think one of the best places to I've been to recently is still the Ned in London. Okay. I do think actually as a city, we are very good at doing service and hospitality. It's something we should treat more as a profession. And that's one of the big things. Yeah. Other places I've been to recently, the Gilpin. Yeah. There is a waiter there who looks like a film star. He's very aware of it and he tries to hide it. And then you end up with a giddy photo on your phone. So if only you want to see that, I will show you afterwards. But he looks like Stanley Tucci, but he's also Italian and he is fantastic. But again, it's a person who made that experience. Yeah. And the food there is phenomenal. So those, if you were to pick a north-south divide, those would be my top 2 out of a list of many, many places.
And then if we were thinking a little bit more globally and also a little bit wider, what would you say your best global hotel experience has been?
Best global hotel experience So where should we go? So we'll try and pick one a continent. I think we're fair to the world, but I'll keep it short, sweet.
Short.
So the SLS in Miami.
Okay.
Again, you walk through the door. They know who you are. They're talking to you. The Fairmont, Montreal in Canada. Absolutely fantastic place to go to. You drive up to the ski resort and they phone you and ask for your number plate. So when you drive in, they know who you are. Little silly things again, really simple. The Park Lane in Hong Kong.
Okay.
For many years, that was also partially my home from home for a week every quarter.
Wow.
Again, little things they used to. You turn up and they go, do you want the same room? The only reason being is they never had to show you where the room was. But it make you felt at home and you were familiar with the space. So that space became important. All of those things are still the same thing though. It's people.
Yeah, yeah. And feeling welcomed and a belonging in that space.
Definitely. If you feel welcome to somewhere, because actually a hotel really is your home from home.
Yeah.
So if you can make the hotel feel like a home from home, you'll settle faster, sleep better, have a greater experience, the food and drink, the people you talk to. And also when you meet people in hotels at the bar, I used to stay in a hotel in Amsterdam fairly often, and there was a Corners. 3 of us used to stay all the time. And we turned up one time and they put a little cheers sign on it from the Fret TV program and nicknamed us all. But those little details, and it is that feeling of home. Oh, I'm great. I'm here now. I can sit down. I can relax. The day's been long. I've done all the meetings. And I was quite fortunate. To give context, by the way, when I say I used to travel a fair bit, for 10 years, I spent on average 200 nights a year in hotels.
Wow.
So there are things you can get massively wrong, and most of them are down to rude receptionists, poor arrival. I've never ever complained about Wi-Fi because your phone does it anyway. So it's all about the home comforts, the creature comforts, and that's the thing, to give some context to it.
I think that's really interesting because I was going to challenge you on worst experiences and whether you might be able to go into a little bit more detail of where perhaps something has gone wrong or hasn't been a good example where we can seek improvement.
I think the worst hotel room I've ever had was coming up to 2 years ago. We were going to do an event with some of our customers, and they invited us up to stay near them, and it was a pub with rooms. The pictures were amazing online, but clearly what they hadn't worked out is you do need to change the light bulb in the bathroom, which has no windows in it because you can't see, which was the first apology. It was dirty, unclean, and frankly, it had one light bulb to try and lamp the whole area, which was about a 20-watt bulb. So actually what I did, just checked out and went somewhere else. And that's the thing. Keep on top of these small things, clean, tidy, get it lit. And when I said to them about it, they went, well, there's not much I can do about it, really. Are you fully booked? No, but the other rooms aren't made up. Okay. Yeah. You don't care.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I don't care was the answer. So we moved on. Yeah. I won't say where it is or what it was because I think that's unfair.
Maybe a bit too much detail then. Obviously, as a mattress brand, Hypnos knows all about sleep, and that is so important. You know, when we look at hotel rooms, do you think that as an industry there is any risk of there being style over substance when it comes to addressing the quality of sleep for hotel guests?
Having spent several years, I've previously put other things into hotel rooms. What's really warming is this movement in recent times towards it should be something of quality. Whether that is a shower enclosure going in, but now the beds, they want people to make sure they're going to have a great night's sleep. They are paying attention. They are asking us questions. We recently worked with a global hotel brand who brought everyone's beds in so they could lay on them to pick the beds. They're not just Excel shopping. One of my hated things with buyers when they buy from Excel. This is a comfortable product. You have to lie on it. But the other thing we all have to remember is, if you look at everyone's shoes as we look around, there are some fantastic boots. We all are different. All our shoes are different, and that's the other thing we spend the most time in on a day. So what you lay on needs to profile to your body. So it's trying to find something that's universal. It shouldn't be too specific. It shouldn't be too hard. It needs to be comforting. And that is a big thing that I do see coming through now. Hotels are trying to give that experience until the budget comes along.
So they're looking at universal as opposed to sort of choice and customization.
For mainstream, yes. Yeah. We have worked with a couple of hotels where we actually developed a mattress for one, which was a core mattress base. And then they had interchangeable toppers to go on top of it to flex the comfort layer. To give you an idea, that room per night is in excess of £1,000 a night on their cheapest day of the year. So you are paying for that service. But they went full customization. They also had 42 different pillow options, and you could scent them.
But how would you know, as a guest in that setting, how would you know of those 42 that the ideal one for you is number 23?
They actually phone up and talk to their customers before they arrive.
Okay.
But also, what was very interesting with that hotel, 80% of their customers are repeat customers.
Okay.
So what they've done is by doing this and getting it right, but they try, they'll say, what sort of profiles do you have at home? Okay, we'll put that in. If it doesn't work, you make a phone call, they change it.
Okay.
But they're just getting it right. But then they hold a file on you, which is always scary because I'm fairly certain they know everything about everybody.
So if sleep is overlooked, is there anybody that's to blame? Is it designers, operators, brands?
All of the above.
Okay.
Because the fundamental core of a hotel room is somewhere to lay one's head and rest. If you do not look after that part, you're going there. A shower is also very important. The bathroom will be important. A chair will be important. But the brutal reality is if you get any of those elements wrong, the whole room doesn't work. I mean, that's a really simple thing. They're the core things we are going for, refreshment and rest. So if it's not there, all of them are to blame because the designer should engineer it in to the design. The purchasing team should buy in the correct products. And the builder should make sure it's put together properly. And the hotel operator should be going, let's keep that there. The other thing is products have life cycle.
Right.
The best hotels we look at now, we have one in London that changes their beds every 4 years because we said it needs to be done every 5 years, but they want to make sure that guest experience is correct.
Right.
But we also have hotels in the UK which are on 15 to 20-year mattresses, which are not designed for that.
And we're going to come on to sustainability in a minute. But, you know, we've said, you know, who's to blame if sleep is overlooked. What role does the brand play in making sure that each of those stakeholders knows enough about the quality of sleep and how they can address it?
Very important part, which is effectively, there's two things, and we'll split it down. The brand, if you take that as a toolbox, it's a stamp that says this is what it's designed to do. Your BMW car is designed to be a car, but you know it's a stamp badge of quality. Your Fendi outfit, whatever that may be, Prada on the sunglasses, you've got those little things, and they're a badge of quality, which means you know it works. The other side of it, which we take as a brand as responsible, we educate. We are showing people, what is your price point? We have a hierarchy of products. This is the product. If you're in a certain region, they might want slight tweaks on products because hotter climates generally harder beds, cooler climates generally softer beds. We will help you and guide you through that. So as a brand, part of our sell is not just, here's a price and off you go, good luck. It's, this is the right product for you. This is how you would do it. If you're fitting out a country castle, which has nearly tiny staircases going up, which is one of my favourite in-store challenges we ever have, can't get a super king bed up there.
No, you cannot.
So we do a zip and link, but we'll guide you through that process and help you with the installation. So also when the product is put in the room, it's up to standard.
So when you bring that together, how do you work with clients that are looking for a mattress that needs to have a longer lifespan to make sure that it can achieve the number of years that they're looking for and retain the quality of sleep?
So generally speaking, we always recommend, so there's a simple fact, we've all been in hotel rooms, you don't treat a hotel room like you treat your bedroom.
No.
So there's a brutal reality, we won't go there. So we always recommend that they install and use a mattress cover. There are cotton-based waterproof covers that you can put on. I've had a great demo from one where he stood in our showroom with a glass of red wine and just did that. It sits on top, they wiped it up, took the cover off, it's absolutely clean. They are washable, so keeping it as part of hygiene. So if you protect the product, same as you would do at home, then looking at other options, potentially installing a topper, so that the top layer, if that weighs down, you replace the topper. You're keeping the core engineered part safe. So there are things we can do to help you with that journey, not only to protect it for a longer lifespan, but also there are hotel chains in the UK that struggle to get past 2 years because of how their guests treat the product.
But traditionally with mattresses, to increase the lifespan, you know, you used to turn them and rotate them. Is that still the case? Oh,
you mean just looking after the product you've invested in?
Yes.
So maintenance, on the products you will see here, we do a guide and it actually says by month, by the gear, what side should be up. It's a really simple thing. So for housekeeping all of those guys. And actually, if you talk to Gareth at the Ned, one of the things he will do is he'll go and lift the corn up to see if the right month is on there. So we empower the management team to not have to look at the whole thing and go, oh God, which part is it up? We've got a little label that says April, May, June, this side up, and on this corner.
Okay.
So it's a quick glance. So that it speeds up, because let's face it, turning a hotel room, quick exercise, you want it in, you want the room rates up. So we do little things like that just help the maintenance teams and the housekeeping to get there, and just keep it simple.
I love that answer. I didn't know that. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that we are going to touch on sustainability, and I feel like there was the odd eye roll from our audience. I think that there is a feeling that perhaps we have discussed sustainability a lot. So why is sustainability still something that you would like to talk about and that is so important to Hypnos?
I think there's one thing, we're not just talking about it. That's the big thing. Everybody talks about sustainability, and you often hear people calling it boring because we're talking about it. What you will notice, we do tangible actions. EV trucks. Everyone can say, yeah, it was great, you've got an EV truck, or we've all moved to cars, but having those things that are tangible. So when we're talking to a hotelier, it's not that we promise to do all of these long list of things. We are 15 years carbon neutral, so we measure and report this open data. We bring in trucks, we change how we operate our factory. We're a handmade product, so with minimum mechanization. You then go all the way down to recycling of the products at the end of life. So part of our standard service, if we do installation for us, we will take the mattresses away. Even down to where we go out of a range for an EV truck, we then have HVO fuel. So we're not talking about sustainability. We're just demonstrating leadership processes on how you can achieve it. Working with our delivery partners, working with product partners. How do we get things through this? The glue that we use inside of a spring unit is all designed to now be biodegradable. It's down to that, working with partnerships, but we're not talking. We're doing it for you. And James, who's our CEO, when I joined the company, it's a very simple phrase. We do the sustainability so you don't have to worry about it. Whether you want it or not is a completely different thing. But we make a comfortable bed that just happens to tick all these boxes. And it's as simple as that. So it's not boring, it's fun.
I didn't say boring, you did. But is that not just an industry standard that you're meeting? Well, it becomes an industry standard when you develop it and put it out, and everyone hopefully follows suit, because there are things that are engineered in, which should be all of us doing. All mattresses should be made to be recyclable. We've got to look at materials. Foam is particularly hard to recycle. It's particularly hard to do things with. It's still petrochemical based. The other thing is we will always lead the way. So we were the first with an EV truck. First one of the mattresses companies to take foam out of our products. We don't put foam in any bed as far as possible. So it's a great way of just leading and developing those standards for others to follow. So now you can sit back, you've led the way, you've got there, or are you continuing to push forward? No, we're continuing to push forward. So we worked with Planet Mark. We've gone from our 15 years of being carbon neutral. We are now rolling into being net zero certified. We're supposed to do it by 2050. No, we're going to do that by 2040. There's a certificate somewhere floating around. So we worked with them to develop a plan. What we're also now doing is, because we talk about things like Scope 3, we are helping our upstream manufacturing base. The company that makes our springs has now gone down a route of solar, but is learning on how to measure their bit. And we've introduced Planet Mark to them to help them go on their journey, which will then ultimately help us. It's all about keeping that leadership empowerment. We've just got to empower things to keep moving forwards. And that's the bit we will do. We are not going to stop. We're just going to keep doing things. I just need to find something like an EV truck, which I can buy the first of again. So I can understand why Hypnos cares about sustainability. Obviously, we understand why the world cares. But what does it really mean for your clients and customers? I think there's nearly every hotel and property and customer we talk to wants to have a degree of sustainability. It's a hygiene factor. It's something we have to have. It still comes down to price. That there is a reality, especially if you're doing 150 rooms, that extra cost sometimes. You want it down. So sustainability can cost more. Can cost more. It can just be down to how it's engineered. But what I'm really pleased to see is when we go through tender process, they are looking at things like EcoVadis. Do you have that standard? We're not just looking at hollow promises, they're looking at proper measurement processes. Our customers are asking us for it. And the best example I ever had was we put an LinkedIn post up about the EV truck when we had it delivered. I think I've told you this from before. And we had an order convert because we had an EV truck. So our customers want it. All of our customers want it. So just do tangible things that they can attach to. So, but what is the most tricky element within sustainability? What goal are you struggling to achieve, or what area are you finding the hardest to really make sustainable steps forward in?
Don't tend to look at it as hardest or most difficult. There are challenges we can't quite get past. I said recently at a conference, we have to do the best thing we can do today and accept that tomorrow there's another best thing. So EV cars, currently the greatest thing in the world, but where we mine the batteries from is not great. But the next technology will come along and that will help us again. The hardest thing is from keeping open-minded, keeping motivated, but also I'm really fortunate. We have a whole team of people who want to do this. When we went for net zero, 5 or 6 people put their hand up, we will deliver that for the company.
Yeah.
It's not a one-person role. So the main thing is keeping the whole team organized. And frankly, making sure everybody understands what we're doing. That's the hard part, because sometimes it's like, oh, it's that thing. But actually, we've made it tangible and fun, and that's made it enjoyable.
Yeah. So as a disruptor, very disruptive, David, what part of the hospitality sector do you feel needs a new level of disruption in order to move it forward and for us to sort of seize new opportunity?
That's a very good question. The one thing I like about the hospitality industry is it's not afraid. There are so many brands out there that go for disruptive approaches, go for changing the norm. Whether you have members clubs, whether you have hotels, putting spaceships on the sea to sleep in. I think what the whole sector has to do is keep that disruptive level going forward, except that technology and AI is coming along, but maybe be the counter disruptive. Keep people, have people, enable the teams to do that great service that they've always done. And in the disruptive way, be aware that some things that are disruptive to the industry aren't good.
Like what?
Frankly, the over-automation of anything to do with your hotel experience. Walking in and self-check-in desks, we need to make sure that stays at the right level of hotel and not go into other areas. So, like I say, some disruption, not always great. And I just look forward to seeing the next massive disruption that is coming through. What I would really like is for everyone to do amazing designs with great quality products and keep that going forever.
And I think, you've slightly answered this already, but my next question was going to be to ask what owners and operators should really be focused on right now. What else could you add to that?
I think the main thing owners and operators do need to focus on, and it's a little bit around, are you investing short-term, long-term?
Yeah.
And the cost of opportunity by being short-sighted. Sometimes they are cutting back in areas where I look at it and we know from experience, and it's on a wide range of products. And I go to a hotel room and you go, that desk isn't going to last 5 years. Looking at the investment model and seeing if there's a way where we can do the right thing first time, because that will also reduce waste. It will also make that investment pay back multiple times over, taking a longer term view. And I think that's the one. You do see in economic times, they start to pull back a bit on cost at the cost of quality. Let's maybe get a bit more quality driven and make the things last longer, be in the room longer, and get the value out of the longer term investment.
One of the things that we focus on Design Insider is not just the whole commercial sector, but it's also a global approach to design. Are you seeing the same need for focus in the same areas globally?
Yes, basically. The reality is there's some small hotels which are brilliant, and what they are doing, the small boutique hotels like Pride of Britain, great chain, and they're talking about they're empowering their operators to be personal and have that attachment, but that's still quite rare. The global thing, I was in the US the other day, same problem, same purchasing. We talked to our team over there and they're going, yeah, but it still comes down to the Excel spreadsheet at the end. The problems are the same. The rooms, we're all buying the same thing. We're all humans. Doesn't matter where we're from. Still need to sleep and we still need to eat.
So it's the same challenge and it's the same solutions.
I think it is, yes. Okay. And your point on personalisation earlier on, not every solution is going to work in every market. So understanding what's that local nuance, what's that local twist, and embracing it. Actually, that's a bit of your personalisation. Actually, we're all in Dubai. This is how we would like our room. Brilliant, go for it.
Yeah. And so where do you see globally, where do you see the opportunities for growth in the hospitality sector?
You mean when we sit in the city that recently had its biggest ever number of key openings?
Yeah.
Everywhere. I think there is a big opportunity. You do hear an awful lot about the UAE and the backed investments that are coming through over there. I think that's one part of it. What I do look at when we look at our exports and where our orders came from, and I went through this recently, oh, Greece has gone a bit quiet. Then we get a 5-hotel order. Okay, so it's not quiet. The world is changing constantly, and that demand will keep moving around. Spain is still a massive market, still starting to come back through. And then you've still got renovations going on the back end of it. So the global demand seems to be moving around a fair bit. It does depend on economics, and on today I won't talk about economics. But it is something I see everywhere. Our furthest export market is South Korea.
Okay. And so you're seeing different growth across different regions, but you're also seeing growth in different subsectors of the hospitality sector. I'm thinking luxury, ultra lux.
You are seeing a distinct move in that direction. I mean, one of the things we do, we are a brand that tends to operate more. We try and push into those types of properties because it feels more befitting for our product. I often use a phrase, not every customer is your customer. Stay true to your brand values. You are seeing more and more of the lux starting to come through. You are seeing an investment in it, both from a customer side, people choosing staycations, weekends away, experiences, often which are then bolted onto with a food and beverage where you do have either a Michelin star or a very class leading restaurant alongside it. That area you do see, and the attention to detail, the fittings, wallpaper, the lighting. I mean, I do look around. We're sat in a luxury hotel room, really, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
That is starting to show through more and more so. And it also, the mid sector does seem to be falling back a little bit. And the bottom end, you see some more investments into there coming through as well.
Okay. So within the coming months, and I suppose the sort of imminent years ahead, what can we expect to see from Hypnos?
More luxury products.
Okay.
A continued focus on sleep.
Hold on. And what does luxury look like when we're talking about mattresses?
Luxury looks like the product you should be able to buy from us or go and lie on one of our products and basically be comfortable, have a fantastic night's sleep, because peace and comfort are the two luxuries which we provide.
And what else will we see from Hypnos?
Continued drive towards standing towards our brand values, whether that's the wellness for people and planet, making sure all of the products we develop continue going through. Material change, we will keep adapting. Today's solution is not necessarily tomorrow's solution. Partnerships, one of the things we're very focused on, proud of our British heritage, and a continued focus on pushing and helping hotel brands. So one of the things we are looking at is how do we help more with sleep solutions for the room? How do we help you design the best sleep solution in the space?
That's fantastic. Well, I look forward to learning more about that and sharing it with our readers. Obviously, this conversation is part of your Pillow Talks series. Why is Pillow Talk something that's important to Hypnos?
It's really easy to do great things and keep them to yourself. There's a couple of parts. Personally, it's important because we have a fantastic team. We work with fantastic partnerships, and we work with fantastic designers to show and talk about all of the great things everybody is doing. With sustainability, one of the things you'll see going forward is we'll share what we've done, because ultimately it is just something we do. And the other thing I really like about it, it's really nice that we have the opportunity to talk to nice people about nice things and share that with the world in nice environments. And what more do we have in the world if it's not an opportunity to make everybody smile once a day? And I think that's one of the things I love about it. We've also tried to make Pillow Talks a little bit fun. This isn't news night. This is sharing experiences, sharing stories, and making it have a bit of a laugh.
David, I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. I think you fared particularly well in those quick fire questions. And I think that, we've all had a real opportunity to get to know you personally, but also Hypnos as a global brand in a lot more detail. And it's given everybody some fantastic pointers to take away with them on growth areas and the future in hospitality. So thank you so much for sharing all of that expertise and so much about yourself.
Thank you very much. And thanks for everyone for visiting. Come and see us soon.
Shall we go have that champagne?
Definitely.
Thank you.